Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. I'm your host, Mike Smith, flying solo today. Dan Ramey and also Aaron Glandon are on assignment, running here and there and yonder. I think they'll probably tell us a little bit tomorrow about where they are today in Litter Media Land. Great to have you with us on this. I guess you could say that right now we are currently in the last day of winter. You say, well, wait a minute, I thought spring starts today. Well, it does, but later tonight. And we'll tell you about that here in just a moment. But first of all, let's take a look at the current weather conditions. We're looking for dry and windy today. Although the temperatures will be a little bit warmer. We're looking for highs up around 51 today and tomorrow with some sunshine. And then we can expect, maybe a little moderation in that as the week goes on. But kind of a fluctuation in our weather right now, and that's certainly not untypical for the state of Ohio. When we get into our topic news, we'll be talking more about the weather, and we'll take care of that here in just a little bit. First of all, we want to tell you about the great folks at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing on board with Litter Media for another year, and we certainly thank you for that. Your trusted comfort advisor for more than 4 decades, working up to the big 5-0 here in several years. Mike Linton, Tom White, and the whole crew out there do a great job. Service that comes with the sale, the products that they bring you, whether it's heating, cooling, or plumbing, check them out at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Talking about longevity in business, how about Litter Quality Propane? 92 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people. We're talking about Litter Quality Propane. News coming up.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Now that's one fast mower.
Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Let's get off and running here with our news for today. Of course, if you're wanting to check out what is happening in the world of news you can use, beneficial news you can use in our community, you want to go to our website at littermedia.com. That's just a little bit of an example of what you might have been seeing here over the last few days, and we'll have more updates coming for you here early this afternoon. We said we'd talk a little bit more about weather, and here's the day we've been waiting for, the arrival of spring, the vernal equinox, but it doesn't occur until 11:06 tonight, Eastern Daylight Time. So that's why I was saying earlier we're technically still in the last day of winter, but spring officially arrives at 11:06 tonight. And speaking of the weather, tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning at 9:50 is the Ohio Severe Weather Awareness Week tornado drill. That's statewide. This will not only involve the outdoor sirens, but all of the TV and radio. They'll be using their what we call the emergency alert systems, and that'll all go out at about 9:50 tomorrow morning. And just remember, it's just a test. So in other words, when you hear those sirens, what you should do is think ahead as to what you would do if it were an actual tornado coming, and what you should do to have that shelter place in mind. That way, God forbid, if we do have severe weather somewhere like they did here in west central Ohio last week, you'll know what to do. Chillicothe-Ross Chamber of Commerce CEO and President Mike Throne was our special edition guest yesterday, where he talked about the Chamber's new Ross County Insider magazine.
So our new relocation guide, it's called the Ross County Insider, came out 2 weeks ago. We're slowly trickling them out to folks, but we look at this as something that if someone is coming to Chillicothe for the first time, Ross County for the first time, you can hand this to them and they get a really a great depth of understanding and knowledge, especially for folks that might be looking to relocate to the area that have children. There's a lot of information in here about the schools, about parks and other things like attractions that they can take in. And then just about living in and around Ross County.
So will this be an annual publication?
Yeah, what we try to do, we did not do one last year, but we did one 2 years ago. Our friends at Star City Printing and Metropolis Design Studio help us put this together when we do it. It is intended to be an annual publication moving forward. And, we're lucky enough to have the great support of our members that help put advertising into it and help pay for it to make it look as good as it does. And the folks at Metropolis do a tremendous job at design and just making it look unique every time we do it.
Mike also told us that the Chamber will be involved with a Business After Business. That is tomorrow at the Ross County Historical Society. Said they've been there before and wanted to come back. So the Historical Heritage Center, we told you here, I think last week, that they opened like a month earlier for business than typical, but that's where the Business After Business will be tomorrow from 5 to 7 p.m. Just a reminder that this is also primary election day in the state of Ohio. You have your presidential primary election going on today, U.S. Senate races. We have a congressional race, some local candidates that will also be on the ballot. Polls are open currently until 7:30 tonight. That is, if you didn't already vote by absentee or at the Board of Elections. If you're going to your respective polls, you have until 7:30 tonight to get your vote counted. Some potential good news for Ross County property owners. Ross County Auditor Jeff Lehner and Treasurer Dave Jeffers have proposed a one-year, $3.7 million property tax cut in 2025, and this goes to the Ross County Commissioners for their consideration. It would reduce Ross County homeowners' tax bills next year by $70 per $100,000 appraised value. Now, the plan is the result of months' worth of budget research and tracking by Lehner and Jeffers and staff members, and would provide tax relief for Ross County property owners while maintaining 6 months' worth of operating expenses in savings for the county as the rainy day fund. And as we told you, this has to go to the Ross County Commissioners for final approval if it is to go in play for that 1 year. Also in news today, this is kind of neat. St. Trace High School, in collaboration with the Pickaway-Ross Career and Technology Center, announced significant enhancements to its aviation program, including the introduction of an advanced flight simulator and a comprehensive certification curriculum. Under the leadership of Mrs. Sarah Thornton, this initiative is set to redefine aviation education, providing students with unparalleled opportunities for hands-on learning and professional advancement. So I have to tell you that I wasn't even aware that they had anything like this, but that is out at St. Trace in conjunction with the Pickaway-Ross Vocational Center. A grand opening for the Paint Creek Recreational Trail, a Koppel Extension grand opening at 134 Star Drive in Chillicothe will be held at noon this Friday. There will be a ribbon cutting hosted by the Chillicothe-Ross Chamber of Commerce, a presentation including special recognition and refreshments. And then the following day at 10 a.m., they have a group ride and bike check. And again, that is all at the Koppel Extension of the bike trail. This is already underway, but we certainly want to salute our great men and women out on the farm. It's Ohio Ag Week, which gives us a chance to highlight the important work being done in farms, barns, fields, and more throughout our great state of Ohio. Thanks to all of you who tend to one of our 76,000 farms in the state of Ohio. You're keeping us fed, you're keeping us strong, and you're keeping Ohio strong. Thanks again to those who serve us out on the farm. Some update information if you want to help with the folks who suffered from that bad storm last week. Indian Lake Tornado Relief Fund has been set up through the Logan County United Way. 100% of the gifts goes to help neighbors and their community. Financial donations for Indian Lake can also be made to the American Red Cross. So you've got an option there, one or the other, but both all going to help the folks over there to recover at Indian Lake. Brad Lytle Park in Frankfort will host an egg hunt on March the 30th. They have food, games, and crafts. That coming up on March the 30th. It runs from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. If you're not familiar with where that is in Frankfort, it's on the south side of town. In fact, talking about the bike trail a little bit ago, when you're getting on the trail heading west there, right out of Frankfort, you can't miss it. Brad Lytle Park is right there. And again, that event getting underway at about 10 o'clock coming up on March the 30th. Not a whole lot to talk about in the world of sports, but what we do have, we'll pass it along to you here in just a moment on this edition of Litter Media Live. Coming up on the start of spring, as we were telling you just a little bit earlier. All that's coming up. Stay with us. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, they're there to serve you. In fact, as I was going through Chillicothe yesterday on the way out of town, I saw one of their dumpsters on High Street at a project, fixer-upper project, it appeared to me. But, yeah, they're there for you to call 253-8389 if you have any kind of a project going on at your home that you need someplace to put all that stuff, that junk. Give them a call, 253-8389. Also, don't forget Haynes Chiropractic, Haynes Total Health Care. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary. Chiropractic, physical therapy, nutrition, they do it all. Haynes Total Health Care. Give them a call and make an adjustment. No pun intended, in your
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
And don't forget the 4 locations for McDonald's in Chillicothe, also in Circleville, Waverly, and Greenfield. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Turning over to the world of sports, college basketball goes into the postseason. The NCAA play-in games are, of course, being played at Dayton, but Ohio State men who did not make it to the NCAA tournament this spring, they open up play at home tonight against Cornell in the NIT, the National Invitational Tournament. That's at the Schottenstein Center, and it tips off at 7 o'clock. Going back to talking about the NCAA play-in games over at UD Arena in Dayton, those are tonight and tomorrow, which also has an effect on the OHSA Boys High School Basketball Tournament, as it did last year. Typically, in years past where the tournaments run Thursday through Saturday, because of the play-in games in Dayton, and that being the host site of the OHSAA boys tournament, the boys semis and into the championships are Friday through Sunday, not Thursday through Saturday. NBA action last night. The Cleveland Cavaliers back on the winning track as they take down the Pacers by a score of 108 to 103. So the Cavs I think we'd said earlier in the week they'd slid back in to second place in the NBA Eastern Conference. Of course, the Celtics well ahead of them, but the Cavs positioning themselves well in second place as we start to get close to the end of the regular season. And folks, it won't be long before we're talking baseball, maybe later this week. Well, I know we will for high school, because high school baseball and softball and track all start on Saturday, but maybe some more chatter about baseball later this week. This date in history, it's Tuesday, so it's our Revolutionary War History Day. We're talking 1776 when we come back.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Find a career you love with Pickaway-Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway-Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
At Rathkamp Financial, we provide wealth management services that may ease clients' fears of financial loss and help them retire comfortably. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Well, we always wrap up the Daily Show with a historical note. And Tuesday, during the celebration 250th anniversary coming up for the American Revolution, we focus on that. And that's where we take you today in the year 1776. Now, this occurred on March the 17th, so it would have been a couple of days ago on 1776. It was known afterward as Evacuation Day. 11,000 redcoats and hundreds of loyalists left the city by boat. Washington, that is in General Washington, marched into Boston on March the 18th, but there was little time for rejoicing. He rightly suspected that the British would head for New York City, so the plan was get as many of those people out of the city as quickly as possible, and it became known as Evacuation Day. That's going to wrap things up for us today on this special, actually we had a special edition this morning. This is the daily edition of Litter Media Live. By the way, if you missed that, we'll try to get a clip on our headlines for you tomorrow, but we talk with Linda Hill and also Michael Benson, both from the Chillicothe High School Alumni Association and the Chillicothe Education Foundation, about all the neat things that they do in our community, such as raising money for scholarships, honoring some of the greats that have come through the halls of Chillicothe High School and gone on to tremendous success, not only in our area, but statewide, nationally, and even worldwide. But if you didn't get a chance to see that live edition this morning, you can find it on our Litter Media Facebook page now. It'll be on Litter Media YouTube later on today. We have another special edition coming up for you at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll be talking with Heather Fole of Pickaway Developmental Disabilities. That'll be coming up tomorrow at 10 a.m. on a special edition of Litter Media Live. And we also have a special edition on Thursday morning at 10, talking about cleaning off veterans' gravestones in one of our community cemeteries. And we'll have two guests, at least two, possibly three, coming in on Thursday. So it's been a very busy week for special editions. Again, Dan Ramey and Aaron Glandon, our producer, they are on assignment today outside of Ross County. Hopefully they'll be back with us tomorrow. So until that time, for all of those guys, Dan and Aaron, this is Mike Smith. Have a great day, everybody, from all of us at Litter Media Live.